Shaun, before we get into previewing a football match, I need to allow you to dispel a rumour and a myth. Your manager's been saying you're 83 in interviews. We've talked a little bit about this before. Age is a number to you, isn't it? It's made you more appreciative the more experience you get of the chances that you get in. How much are you enjoying your football at the minute?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, to be 26 and still doing well is good, yeah. No, but yeah, I heard the gaffer the other day, and he said, I think what was it, 86 or 92?
Yeah, something
or
ridiculous.
Something, yeah. But no, luckily, I still feel good, and that's the main thing. But yeah, like I've said before, because I feel like I've wasted half of my career, I'm just knuckling down and trying to get the most out of what I've got left, really, yeah.
Do you see what you do around the place rubbing off on other people?
Yeah, I try, and that's all you can do. I listened to Joe's interview the other day after the game. I thought it was a brilliant interview what he gave, and I'm similar to Joe in that way. I'll try and lead by example more than telling people what to do. And if people want to follow that lead, then you can. But it seems like we've got a good set of lads who do take note of what you're doing and try and take that on board and improve in that way.
Do you think leadership in football's changed in your nearly 20 years of a career? Do we have fewer, pumping the badge and screaming and shouting?
Yeah, I think definitely. Yeah, I think that's just the way society's going, and what you can say and what you can't say, and what you can do and what you can't do anymore. And yeah, I was only saying it was the other week, and the changing room was a bit quiet, but like 10 years ago, someone would have been whacking their head against the wall, screaming their head off. But is that the right way? I don't know, but I think you need a bit of everything. Yeah.
Can you make comparisons between your two Accrington spells? Because you would have been one of those young lads in the changing room first time round. Were you in there with players who were like that?
I'm just trying to think now. I won't make comparisons about me the last time I was here and now, because I'm just a totally different person. And there will have been, yeah, but it was a great group then that we had, and I used to love coming in with them. Now it's more professional and more training and tactical, and it's just totally different, yeah.
And I suppose along with that adjustment in the way that leaders work and kind of do their thing, the football preparation, as you've just said, has changed. How do the management, how do the staff, how do the people around the club maintain that same atmosphere, that same camaraderie? Yeah,
I don't know how they do it, but what they do is incredible, I think, and that's why I've got a lot of admiration for the gaffer, Jimmy, John, all the staff. I just think for the longevity that they've had and the teams that they always produce is I think incredible, and long may that continue. Yeah.
As far as the football's concerned, this is a very promising little run, isn't it? I know that your experience will tell you that you can't get too excited about it, but everybody seems to be really enjoying the run that you're on, the way that you're playing. I don't think it was summed up by anything more than Wimbledon the other night, where 11 minutes or whatever it was and you were 2-0 up.
Yeah, it's much more enjoyable. I love Tuesday night, even though I never scored. Well, I did, but I got disallowed, which we won't talk about. But it's just great to play in a winning team, and when you get that winning feeling, you just want it to keep happening and keep rolling on to the next game. And like I said, hopefully that can continue.
It's a run of form that's not unprecedented. The club has been on a run like this in the past, but not for a long time. The difference between being in League One and maybe going into games each week thinking, if we think too much about the opposition, we might be sort of putting ourselves in a position where we're going to lose the game because of their resources, etc., etc. Is it different in this division? Do you go into games with that different mindset?
When we go through it tactically, we do. Every team Every team's different, and we have different tactics for opposition teams. But yeah, I just think I don't want to sound too disrespectful, but in League One, like you said, the resources and the teams you're playing and the players you're playing against are better because they're in a higher division for a reason. But also, you can't take for granted that every game you need to go into and give 100%, and hopefully you'll come out on top. Yeah.
And I suppose the same applies, that you can't get complacent. But like the home form, for example, demonstrates how important it can be. You've lost one home game this season, and I know last season home form was a real issue. Is that partly about you and partly about the division you're playing in?
Yeah, I think it is. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not being disrespectful, but the teams coming here, the Derbies and the Ipswiches, and they're expected to win. Whereas now, you look at our games and we're expected to win really. Even though in our league we're probably one of the lowest wages in the league, but it's just more of a competitive division than I think League One is. I think there's two halves, and even at Shrewsbury I used to find that, whereas we'd always be in the bottom half of the table, but that was because the top half were paying good wages really. Well, great wages, not good wages, great wages. And I think that it's always going to be a factor, yeah.
And there's been talk this week and in previous weeks about not getting relegated twice and 50 points being the first target and then see where you go from there. You're already more than halfway to 50 points and it's coming towards the end of October. Is that the aim? If you can have 50 points in January or February, you'll probably be in the promotion mix?
I mean, I totally understand where people are coming from with that, and you don't want to get relegated again, because that has happened with teams. And you look at Rochdale, and obviously they didn't go down the first season, but they went down the next season, and it is hard to bounce back. And if you get stuck in that mood of defeat, but like I said, the staff, they've come in this season and straight away it's just positive straight away, and we've had a good start. But like I said, I know it's boring, but every game you just need to go in and try and win.